Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Today, going to be a Brave Noob World sent to Snipermonkey at the email address in the description. Going to be Nuttus versus Rhaegar on Beckett Industries. Top right, it is Nuttus, and in the bottom left, we've got Rhaegar. Alright, so Snipermonkey got one submission for Brave New World over the last 2 weeks. So if you want me to cast your Brave New World replay, make sure it is either bronze or silver. And be sure to send it to Snipermonkey at the email address in the description with the label and the subject of Brave Noob World, okay? Your chances of me casting you have never been better. Alrighty then, so it's a TVZ. Oh boy. So this is something we see a lot in Brave Noob World, walling off with supply depots. And is this actually a wall? Hey Nuttus, you can use a barracks to wall off. I'm not entirely sure. Lings can't get through here. We'll have to see. We will have to see, but no pool first here from Rhaegar. It's a hatch first play at 16 supply. And let's see if he's going to follow the 16, 18, 17 build. Alright, so 17 gas, and then a 16 pool? Yeah, looking for about a 16 pool here. So traditionally what you want to do as a Zerg player for macro opening a 16 hatch, 18 pool, and then 18 gas, 17 pool there. So this isn't too far off from that. It's not going to hurt you in this game, I don't think, necessarily, but this is not walled off. There is no way Lings are kept from getting through here. But yeah, seriously, Nuttus, what we need to be doing is using the barracks to wall off here instead of 2 supply depots early when you don't really need them. I do like the continued SCV production, though. This has been pretty good out of Nuttus. He's got double gas. He's got an engineering bay. He's probably going to upgrade his command center to a planetary. Just trying to stay alive, right? Just basically, he's been burned by a lot of speedlings and maybe baneling busts before. So he's like, if I have a planetary fortress, no, I don't have the economic advantage that I need, but I will be able to defend against lings for a very long time. Can you expand if you have this? It's hard to do. So Overlord comes in, does poke and see what? Sees the double gas and sees the lack of a upgrade there for orbital command. Rhaegar is producing nothing at the moment, does have an evolution chamber and a spawning pool, but not getting either of those upgrades. Not making queens either. Rhaegar! Oh boy. So pro tip for Rhaegar, once that spawning pool is done, you make 1 queen at the main base and 1 queen at the natural base. And then when you have enough gas and enough minerals, 100, 100, you go ahead and get the speed. If you can get that nailed down, you're going to have a much easier time winning these games. I can tell you that much. If you're having a hard time getting promoted. Yeah, so Rhaegar's here with no speed, speedlings. And by that I mean no speed at all. That wasn't very confusing at all, was it? So yeah, we've got 12 lings out. They are, I mean, they could defend against a Reaper if one was coming, sure, but my goodness. We're not getting speed, we're not getting queens. This is interesting, is it? Oh, is this Rhaegar the Brood? Oh. This is Rhaegar a Brood War convert. Well, not a convert, but he's a Brood War fan of mine. Well, he's getting queens now, kind of. You know what? I think this may be Rhaegar dabbling in StarCraft 2 a little bit, now that I'm thinking about it. Or maybe he's been playing StarCraft 2 for a while. I actually don't know his history with it, but it would explain why he is kind of forgetting to get queens, because those don't exist in Brood War. He's getting a Roach Warren. Okay, so that's nice. He can make some roaches, which is very cool. He's finally starting Metabolic Boost, which I can definitely support for all of these lings that he's got. So 24 to 23 workers. Nuttus has expanded like a boss. He's got 2 Reapers moving out. This Reaper, we'll name this Reaper Blue Clues. Hey Blue, did you find a clue where my backpack is? No. Then what clue did you find? Emperor Menk's list of bribed senators. Wow, Blue, that is quite the program terminated by Dominion Board of Censorship. Blue's clue turned out to be something that shouldn't have been brought to Steve after all. Oh. So the lings are moving out. Speed's almost done for them. I like that we're getting +1 attack. I like we're getting some roaches. I like we're getting a lair. Where once the lair's done, you get some speed upgrades on these roaches too. The triple evolution chamber is just awesome too. If you want to get all the upgrades for your Lings and your Roaches, that's a good way to go. So the Slowlings are here. They're chasing down the Reapers, but the Reapers are too fast for them. So the Lings give up, and they're like, wait, what? How are we going Mass Reaper? Dude, we're going Mass Reaper. Okay, fair enough, dude. He is absolutely going all of the Mass Reaper right now, which Roaches are going to be really good against. Ravagers are really good here, too. Oh, he poked in. He tried to find him. He couldn't quite do it. So, yeah, Mass Reaper, not a bad strat, honestly, at this level. They're fast. They hit pretty hard against certain things. They outrange Roaches, actually. But not Ravagers, which is why I'm saying upgrade your Roaches to Ravagers if you're dealing with this problem on ladder, if you're a Zerg player. So now here's the thing. You can do this and then start transitioning nicely into Marines and Marauders. You don't really have to keep going Mass Reaper all the time. Yeah, I mean, this is brave Noob World in it right now, man. It is 27 to 22 workers. No third base for the Zerg player. About 3 or 4 minutes is when you want to get your third, maybe even sooner than that. But here we go. I mean, I think you can handle... Oh, boy. Yeah, these Lings are dead. This is pretty good kiting. Pretty good kiting here. And he kind of stops kiting. He loses a couple of his Reapers, but that's about it. So 4 Reapers down for all of the Zerglings. But now here come the Roaches. And this is where... Don't fight against Roaches! Okay, well, we're just going to let them sit here and shoot us in the face. I mean, 1 Roach dies, yeah, but that is not a good trade. Yeah, it's fair enough there. All right, man. So Nuttus kind of sort of walling off with supply depots today, but not really. He is making Marines back home, though. He recognizes... Oh, God. Ow. Ow. So, again, Roaches are dying here. It's not like the Roaches are invincible to this, but they just don't take as much damage as you'd want them to. Oh, he's going to escape. We're going to call this guy... We're going to call this guy Blue's Clues. Blue's Clue, rather. The Reaper. Handful of Marines hanging out down that way. Just double pumping Marines like crazy. Not getting any upgrades for them at all. No combat shield. No stim. We don't even have a reactor barracks here. This is great. This is definitely Le Brave Noob World. Rhaegar getting a few drones more, which is always good to see. Maybe do some droning, maybe work on some upgrades. Got enough gas to get another upgrade here if you wanted. And there's the third base. Okay, so 7.5 minutes later than we want to see for sure. And sure, Nuttus doing some good things. He's transitioning into Marines instead of trying to make Reapers work forever and ever, which is not going to work. So they got +1 attack. And they are going to trade fairly well versus these Roaches who don't have any upgrades at all. Especially... So maybe even actually attacking that third might be a bit... I think these Roaches can handle this. Okay, if all the Marines were helping, this might go better for you. But pretty good kiting. I like that both players aren't just A-moving into each other. Like, they're both kind of trying to maneuver around a little bit and stutter stepping and stuff here. This is great out of Rhaegar. Okay, so yeah, these Roaches are training extraordinarily well here. That it was just brutal for the Marines. Crikey. That was incredible. All right, so this Reaper, the 1 Reaper remaining is still here. We're working on medevacs. He recognizes that medevacs are a good, important part of these Marines. What you also need to do here is get another barracks, make a tech lab, or lift this off and make a tech lab with it somewhere else. Maybe build another barracks on top of this reactor. Maybe make a siege tank. You have a factory. You have the ability to produce a siege tank. Siege tanks are very good versus Roaches, right? If you had a siege tank sitting back here with your Marines kind of covering it and the siege tank constantly firing, that would have gone a lot better for you, Nuttus. But Rhaegar just kind of hanging out. What's he doing with his gas? He's got the upgrades. Okay, so he's got Glior Reconstitution, Metabolic Boost, +1 melee, and +1 missile. So like another round of upgrades would be pretty good here. He did take a second gas, which is great. Additional gas is always very, very good. But yeah, at this level of StarCraft, what it really comes down to is, especially as a Zerg player, is your goal is to make as many workers as possible without dying. Because sure, you can just make nothing but drones until you get to 80 drones, but you'll probably die to an attack before then. So you do want to make sure you're aware of what your opponent is doing. You make some safety units, right? You make like 4 Lings to deal with an early Reaper, and then you make 10 Roaches after your lair starts. Just, you know, just for safety against stuff like this. And then you keep droning and droning and droning and droning And then sooner than you know it, you're up to 60, 70 workers, and your economy's on fire, and you have 4 or 5 bases, and you're extremely happy with yourself. So that one queen died. We only had one queen today, yes. We are replacing her. She is the one queen that can exist. I like that Nuttus is just scouting. He's like, well, there's no anti-air here, and there's really nowhere I can unload at all. This is great. He's just hanging out. He's like, oh, nothing's shooting at me, so I think we're good. And you know what? We're kind of good. And Rhaegar says, I need anti-air. Go to a Hydralisk den. Smart. Smart to get a Hydralisk den here. I think that'll be fine. Also, queens in general do a pretty good job dealing with this kind of stuff. But hey, we made a siege tank for Nuttus. I like that a lot. This drop is pretty scary. And we are working on upgrades here for Rhaegar. So that +1 ground carapace coming in for the Lings and benefits the roaches too. And I like this attacking in an undefended spot. Like, okay, so we're worried about, the roaches are worried about this medevac, which means we can come over here and unload and probably murder the absolute crap out of this third base, which is going extremely well for him. He does take down a roach. He takes down a couple of those drones. He's going to take down this hatch. Once the Overlord is dead, the roaches are like, well, what do we can't leave this here. Okay, so now the queen's firing, and now the medevac's like, hey, wait, hey, this is not healthy for me at all. And then some, hydras show up, and now it's super dead. Oh, that was basically full medevac, but the third base is down. Nuttus takes it down there, taking out some of the larvae too. Army value 35 to 48. So Roach Hydra are going to do pretty well against this. Hydra with high DPS, Roach is kind of tanking for him. And then the Hydras are going to chase your medevacs. You can't just let them hang out here, so they are leaving, which is nice. That siege tank. Oh, that siege tank. No. Oh, no. Blue's Clue. Blue's Clue is dead as 2. Dead as 2. All right. So the bad news for the Zerg player, Rhaegar, here is that he's on 2 bases at 11 minutes, which is just not going to work out for him at all. It's not usually how this goes. You want to get that third base back as soon as possible. You can handle the enemy army. So taking a third, retaking a third. And honestly, if you have 4,000 minerals at 12 minutes, taking a third and a fourth and a fifth is not a terrible idea. And seriously, Roach Hydra, not a bad comp against Terran. At least as long as we don't have a ton of upgrades, which upgrades scale better for the Marines and Marauders, which there aren't any Marauders. And the Marines only have +1 attack and no combat shield, and they don't have stim either. So you're going to do just fine here. Roach Hydra, in fact, if you just walked across the map right now, you'd probably just win. Look at this. There is nothing to stop that. If these 3 tanks sieged up, they could maybe hold off. The natural base would die at least if there was a move out here by Rhaegar right now. But he's working on +2 missile attack and +2 armor, and if all else is equal, upgrades will make a huge difference. A massive difference in winning or losing. I like the Spire choice here too. Honestly, at the lower levels, whatever you make is going to be cool. I like this. Nuttus sends an SCV down to be like, is there a base here? I'm not going to send Marines down. Those are valuable. And the answer is no, there's not. So, okay, 4 siege tanks, a handful of Marines. But it's still 64 to 34 army supply. More Hydras being produced. These upgrades finishing would be massive if you could have them ready by the point of this upcoming engagement here. And Rhaegar does take the third base. Excellent. Okay, so the third base coming back at 13 minutes, and 2-2 is so close to finishing for Rhaegar right here. Is he going to drop? Man. Dropping... Oh, he does do does a drop here. Oh boy, this is the power of Terran, right? Your ability to drop everywhere and have healing automatically, and it's very, very powerful. The rest of his army needs to be doing stuff. I like that he's doing this, and I like that he picks up and gets out of there when the enemy shows. There are just too many Hydras, though. So now the dropping is not going to happen. And now it's 62 to 33 army supply. Nuttus is like, okay, do we want to try to attack here? That was a lot of Roaches and Hydralisks. I like the supply depot chain we're building. This is fine. This is better than nothing, is having a chain of supply depots being built one after another here. Rhaegar's third base. These tanks are not sieged up, and therefore they are deader than dead here. Gleo Reconstitution Roaches and Hydralisks are here. Okay, everybody gone. 72 to 20 army supply. Yee-hoo! Upgrades are just telling the whole difference here, right? 2-2 on the Roaches and the Hydras. No upgrades on the tanks. Nothing whatsoever. There are upgrades. Okay, so the Gleo Reconstitution upgrade you got for your Roaches, you can also get a speed upgrade and a range upgrade too for your Hydralisks here. It makes them so much better when they are faster and when they can shoot farther. That's generally how most units in StarCraft are. If they can do those things, they're having a good time. Yeah, this might just be it, ladies and gentlemen. There's plenty army supply for Nuttus right now. A handful of Marines with only +1 attack and no stim. That's it, man. Rhaegar's your winner in game 1 of our twofer today. So, nice job, Rhaegar. There's definitely room to improve here. Again, the expanding more quickly is a good thing. There are build orders on lotv.spawningtool.com. That's T as in toy, spawningtool.com. You can go into Zerg and choose a ZVT style build, and it will tell you what you want to do. But traditionally, for all matchups, I mean, Protoss and Terran especially, is you want to go 16, 18, 17, right? 16 hatch, 18 gas, 17 pool, and then you just want to drone. Saturate your gas when it finishes, and then when the spawning pool finishes, get a couple queens, get your speed started, and maybe 4 Zerglings to deal with the Reaper, and then take your third base. That's going to be around 2:30, 3 o'clock. If you get that thing started, you're going to have a pretty good time. It's going to help you a lot. Your early game is good. Your mid game is going to be better. Also, don't forget the upgrades for your Hydralisks. I liked what you did for the Roaches, man. You got them speed. You got them +2 and +2. Awesome. Very good stuff. And then, yeah, just Roach Hydra is a pretty strong composition in general, especially at this level. Awesome. Okay, so that's game 1 of our 2 for today. Let's go ahead and move into game number 2 for Brave New World. I have 2 because I grabbed this one from a couple weeks ago, and then this is the only one that was submitted at all for the last 2 weeks. So let's check this thing out. We'll be right back. Second game of our non-sneaky Brave New World twofer is here on Berlingrad. Bottom right, it is Hamlet's Ghost. And in the top left, it is Thralljunior. Thrall being a character from the World of Warcraft environment. And what do you say? Let's see, Warcraft World? I don't know, man. He's in Warcraft 3, and maybe he's in Warcraft 2 as well. I don't know, man. It is late. I'm kind of sick, but I'm getting over it. And I'm casting this on September the 4th, so this is going to post in about a week. And I should be okay by then. But thank you for the well wishes anyway. Hoorah. Alright, what are we doing here today in a PvT? We're going to go for... Okay, we're walling off against a Protoss. That's fine. I'm not going to say no to that. It does help against Adept run bys. Whoa! Okay, so gateway into second gas here from Thrall. That is some aggressive gas getting here for sure. And lo, he knows how to wall off. Hamlet's Ghost knows how to wall off. And he's going double racks opening with 1 gas. Very interesting stuff here. And then hard walling off here. He really does not want a probe getting in. Not that there's one scouting, but boy, if there was... Yeah, what are we looking at here? Gateway, Cyber Core could be pretty good. You can't make it yet, so we're just waiting. This could be a 4-gate style thing. Oh, 3 racks. Okay, this is aggression. Hamlet's Ghost is planning on doing something very, very mean right now. And by mean, I just mean aggressive. Not necessarily like morally mean or anything. Just an aggressive play here. This is going to be, I assume, Marines. Yeah, so Marine production has begun. He's getting an orbital for additional mineral income for those Marines. If he's getting, I mean, some add-ons, a tech lab, reactor would be pretty good here too. Engineering bay. Maybe some kind of a 1 base, 3 racks +1 timing would be amazing. There's the Cyber Core. So Thralljunior is too smart. He's not going to go for the expansion. He's going to get the Cyber Core up. What is he? Is he rushing towards something? This double gas, usually, if we see a professional player do this, it means that the professional player wants to get, like, Mother Core Rush or Mothership Rush or something, or, okay, maybe, like, 1 base Void Ray play. that might work. So Marine production happening here all over the place. Now, here is the problem for Thralljunior, is that Marines murderize everything air. If these are carriers, they're going to die. If they're Void Rays, they're going to die. If they're Oracles, they're going to die. It's just Marine anti-air is too good. Ooh, there's that reactor, and there's that tech we were talking about. So Combat Shield coming in. There we go, working on that +1. Hamlet's Ghost has a build, and he is following it. I like this a lot, man. Thralljunior is really risking a lot here by making absolutely nothing. He's not making anything from the gateway. He's not getting Warp Gate researched. He is immediate. Yep, Void Rays. I knew it was Void Rays because this is Protoss in 2021. So, Void Ray Rush. But the Marine count is 8, and we're making a whole bunch at a time, and we're reactoring a bunch, and maybe he's going to make some Marauders too, which he's not going to need, but he doesn't know that. Having Marauders against a few enemy Stalkers would be very cool. But again, he doesn't need it, because literally Thrall is just making Void Rays. Now, he's floating a ton of gas, so traditionally what a higher level player will do is get some gateways up, get Warp Gate, and make some Zealots to go with it, right? Some Zealots or a nice mineral dump to go with the Void Rays. He's just going to let that 600 mineral count continue to grow here without spending on much of anything at all, which is fine. So here we go. Marines up. 11 Marines. We're making Marauders. We're getting Concussive Shell. We're waiting for that +1 to finish here. He's absolutely on a move here. All right, man. Marines with +1 versus Void Rays. Are they going to miss each other? No, he caught a glimpse. They caught a glimpse of each other. Oh, he's going for it. Here we go. Marines. Oh, the Void Rays don't like the Marines. They don't like the Marines, and they shouldn't like the Marines. Because Marines are mean, and they've got that +1 attack and that combat shield. Oh, no, you're prismatically aligned, and now you're slow, but now you're fast again. Okay, it's fine. Everything is totally okay. The Void Rays are trying to do what they can here against smaller units. Smaller numbers of units. Dude, he stopped making Marines. Hamlet's Ghost. Continue producing Marines. This is such a weird game. My goodness. Oh, no! The Void Rays! They're going to take down the Orbital. What are you doing down here, Hamlet's Ghost? This should not work. This really shouldn't work. Okay, so now what you need to do, Hamlet's Ghost, is a move across the map and go kill everything that Protoss has. Come on. Don't let the Void Rays jerk you around. Go kill him. Just a move across the map and take him down. Bring the SCVs. Just a move everything. Go, go, go. I know you're supply blocked. You could maybe make a couple supply depots, but I don't know if there's enough time for that. The good news is that Thrall's not building anything either, because this is Brave Noob World. If he was making, I don't know, a couple Stalkers, or like even a couple more Void Rays, that'd be pretty good here. All right, man, go Hamlet. Go Hamlet, go Hamlet, go. Go Hamlet, go Hamlet, go. Go, 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 go. Here it is, Thralljunior building absolutely nothing back home. I mean, building a couple shield batteries would be amazing for this. Defending against an all-in is a very good thing. Shield batteries can help with. I'm rooting for Hamlet's Ghost here because he should win. Oh, he's making 2 more Void Rays, though. He's making 2 more Void Rays, though. Does he have enough time? Is he going to buy some time? Oh, he's really done a good job not letting anything... Oh, he let 1 Void Ray die. He did let 1 Void Ray die. Okay, so the Void Rays can't engage with this. This is so interesting right now. How many? It's 18 Marines. Void Ray down, Void Ray down, Void Ray down. What I tell you about Marines, especially with +1, especially with combat shield, and they have +1 armor too. Oh man. Okay, here we go. Positioning is going to be really important here, but I don't think it matters. I think Thralljunior is just dead. Oh, the Marine count sort of getting thinned out, but not enough. Not enough. We still have 9 Marines versus 1 Void Ray. There's 2 more coming in. The probe count getting obliterated right now. They're fighting when they shouldn't. Oh, that Void Ray down. 2 more Void Rays Gonna pop out here soon, but not if you depower them. Thralljunior GG's out, and it doesn't wait, and Hamlet's Ghost is your winner. That was amazing. That was absolutely fantastic. Great game, Hamlet's Ghost. Yeah, so at the end of the game, it was 7 Void Rays down, 17 Marines down. The army for Hamlet's Ghost was 7 Marauders and 8 Marines. That's it. That's all he had. He actually did... Oh, he flew... What? Where did he have a... Oh, right. Oh, that's lost. I'm an idiot. I'm dumb. He didn't have an orbital. He couldn't build a new one either. So he was dead. Like, he's dead in the water. And he managed to do it because Void Rays are bad against Marines. Protoss players, don't do this. Don't make Void Rays versus Marines. If you can... Okay, if you're going to do it, set up shield batteries like right here and run your Void Rays in and kill stuff and run back to the shield batteries. Don't just have Void Rays. Void Rays by themselves are bad against Terran anyway. Incredible. Incredible stuff. All right, so that's it for our non-sneaky 2 for Brave Noob World. That's going to be it for me, Falcon Paladin. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.